when you're out there, you try to be tough mentally. And one of the things that I tried to incorporate just with the people around me is, let's not talk about food, because we're not going to get it. There's no sense in talking about it. It's going to bring up these false cravings that we can't satisfy. Well, most people don't listen to reason. And so the girls would sit around and some of the guys would sit around in these circles and just say, oh, when I get home, there's a restaurant that I go to, there's this that I go to. Anyway, that being said, Sierra said, there are these cupcakes, white cupcakes with white frostings that I just love. I've never eaten a cupcake in my life. But for some reason, when she talked about that, I started thinking about it. And I thought, that's what I want when I get out. So you fixate on this one thing. For me, it was white cupcakes with white frosting. And when I came home, I called the guy that was picking me up, president of the symphony, and I said, dude, you need to get me some cupcakes. And he bought me 24 cupcakes, and within 24 hours, I'd eaten every one of them.
In Palau, our tribe had a choice. All we knew that there was going to be some strange exotic food, and we had to nominate two people who would be the team champion for this. And Ian and I's hands were up immediately. I didn't care. We were so hungry that I said, I don't care how gross they think it is. If it's something that I get to eat, I'm in. So, and we turned out to be really fortunate. And not too many people would think that eating a balut is a fortunate experience, but it could have been one of these Madagascar hissing cockroaches or some of these other things that have been done where there's not much nutritional value. We had balutes, which is a fertilized duck egg. It's more bird than egg, and kind of the bones and the feathers, it's all kind of formed. The protein and the nutrition that we get out of it, I think I had to eat about 10 or 12, and Ian something similar. We got back to camp after that challenge. We were like Superman. We were just running around with so much energy. So it wasn't bad, and taste-wise, they look a lot worse than it actually was. The challenge on our season to a lot of us, or I didn't mind it, but to a lot of people, was the rats. We had rats all over. The island was covered with them, and the longer we were there and the more food and coconut we were dropping, the bolder they became and were just in the camp with us. And it was funny because somebody said that's, well, they're jungle rats, it's different. And I'm like, that's a Norway rat? That's a New York City subway rat is what that is. And sure enough, I found out later on there was a shipwreck there in the early 18th century, and that's when those rats came ashore, and they were the same rats that we have in the New York City subway system. So I had no problem with them. To me, it was like squirrels in the park. You almost got to know them by appearance after a while. You're also a little food obsessed. When you get home, you'll just wake up at 4 in the morning, get a notion, and go down and start roasting a roast beef or something. So you're driving around your town and you're like, oh my God, bagel and vegetable cream cheese, and then you're randomly pulling into parking lots and like saying, oh, I haven't had a slice of pizza in a while. And